Okay, this is John Lodge from the Red Dice Diaries, and I'm here talking GM workshops with
Gary Harper.
Okay, so Gary, tell us about the GM workshops you're involved with and what that involves.
So, I go to the conventions and I teach new people to become GMs, give them the confidence, teach them the techniques, a bit like yourself. No one really knows how to do it at the moment. There's no books out there at the moment. There's not much resources, so we just want to get everyone involved, come to these cons, or get them to go to a website and learn much they possibly can about becoming a GM and even learning advanced techniques. It's about bringing the community together and trading that information.
Yeah, I mean, obviously on the YouTube channel I try and get sort of GM tips, sort of advice across. Obviously it's very different when you're meeting someone in person as opposed to just looking at something on the screen. What would you say the advantages are of that sort of personal touch of being there to be able to actually give advice in person?
I think at the end of the day when you run out of cons you can only bring all the resources that you've collected from all the experience over the years and bring it across to them. Everyone has different ways of doing it. That's why we do it as a workshop, not as a seminar, because if you're doing it as a workshop you're getting experience, you will have experienced GMs going to them, you're trading that information, so everyone like yourself, you get tips from them all, and it's just about bringing all that information together.
Okay, and if you had to give one piece of advice to someone who's maybe sitting on the fence thinking about trying GMing but they're maybe not sure, they're maybe a little uncertain, what advice would you give to that person?
A GM, in my opinion, is an entertainer. If they're having fun, that is key to success to that one. Be confident is the main one. If you're confident in what you're doing and you have that sort of level of I am a GM, my rule goes, you'll be fine. And that all leads to confidence. So be confident, know this too, but be confident and make sure they have fun. That to me is key. If they're having fun, you're having fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly a lot of inexperienced GMs that I've seen, they get so sort of wrapped up in worrying whether everyone else is enjoying it, they almost forget to enjoy it themselves.
Yes.
And I think you're not up, as you rightly say, you're not up to running your best game if you're not having a good time yourself. Would you say that anyone can become a GM, or would you say that like a particular sort of person suits being a GM more than others?
Everyone can become a GM. I have had people who've never GMs, they can never GM. I've got one here at Dragonmeet at the moment, and she is turning into one of the best GMs. She is absolutely phenomenally amazing, and she had no confidence. I've had a 14-year-old girl at another convention. No one would take her seriously. No one would listen to her. She thought she'd never be a GM. Everyone listened to her. It was a simple technique. Stand up, raise your voice a little bit.
Yeah.
That made all the difference to her. She has done really, really well. So if I can see a 14-year-old girl that playing against adults with no one take her seriously, that to me says they want to become a GM.
I think I know what your answer is going to be to this next question, but would you say there's definite aspects of being a GM and the skill set you pick up that can be of benefit in other real life, for want of a better term, situations as well?
100% yes. I mean, we'll do it. It's playing a scenario you've done 100 times. Then you go into real life and you put in that scenario, oh, I've done this one before. So yeah, definitely. I suffered really badly with dyslexia when I was younger. GMing and role-playing generally has really, really helped. And I think there's been a number of articles recently that come out from people reading comic books and doing role-playing games, how much gives them confidence in how well they've done it in real life now. And I have several friends who do psychology and are now using role-playing games as a tool. So it's definitely a help.
And is there anything in particular you're going to be covering at the GM workshops you're doing at this Dragonmeet? Is there anything in particular you're going to be covering in the GM workshops you're doing at this Dragonmeet? Or
I am just going through the key principles at the moment. It's going from some basic techniques on how to write your plot line and an A to C technique, which is A, you create your plot line, C is your endpoint, and B is the players wandering off where they like, and then going into hook and bringing those players into that endpoint, all the way to advanced techniques of crowd control. Where do you position players? Don't have too many quiet players on one side of the table. Spread them out. Give that focus away round. So, yes, it's very, very basic to very, very advanced. It's all crammed into an hour.
That's great, and we'll look forward to seeing that later. Thank you very much for talking to us again.